Today we're tackling 46 locks of the Warwickshire Ring in just 3 days, including the legendary Hatton Flight, also known as the Stairway to Heaven, with its 21 locks.
For the record, the Narrowboat Crash was not my fault.
Rufus the dog makes friends with the other Rufus the dog, and the journey takes us through Royal Leamington Spa and Warwick. It all started with the view, and what a view it was. We were moored up on the Oxford Canal just before Bridge 100. When the morning mist rolled away, a postcard perfect scene was revealed. The kind of view that makes you sigh and say, this is why we're doing this. We set off full of optimism towards Napton Junction. This is where the Oxford Canal meets the Grand Union Canal. Our first ever double locks loomed ahead, Calcutt Locks. They're a marvel of engineering and also a massive challenge accepted from the canal gods. But fate smiled on us when we met two seasoned boat movers. They were on a mission to deliver a boat from London to Gloucester. These two legends swooped in like canal superheroes, showing us the ropes, quite literally, and making our initiation into double locks seamless. We thanked them for their help by donating a pan scourer. That's what you do on the canals. We cruised on to Bascote Locks, but by this point our boat mover friends had teamed up with Amy and Wes from Boat Time. We trailed behind like the slightly dishevelled supporting act. Because here's the thing about locks. When you're following another boat, every single lock is against you. So while Amy and Wes and the boat movers glided gracefully through, we found ourselves emptying and refilling locks like it was some kind of workout routine. But to their credit, Amy did backfill a few for us. Amy, you're a star. After what felt like an eternity of winding paddles and wrestling gates, we finally declared that it was pub o'clock and made a beeline for the blue Lias. Nothing says I've earned this like collapsing into a chair with a rum and watching the world drift by. Refreshed and recharged, we tackled the last few locks of the day, eventually mooring up at the 2 boats in. And guess what? Rhapsody in Blue was right behind us, while Boat Time was moored ahead. It was like a floating YouTube village.
After a lovely evening in Long Itchington Village and a couple of pints in for, what was it called?
2 boats in.
2 boats in. We set up in the morning with Amy and Wes from Boat Time. We carried on in convoy towards Bascote Locks. The t-shirt I'm wearing is one of Carrie's other talents. She designed this. It stands for Special Sea Dutyman, Close Up, Assume Damage Control, State Free, Condition Yankee, Hands to Harbour Stations, Hands out the rig of the day, Clear off the upper deck, Close all screen doors and hatches. Basically, that's Navy talk, stand by to come alongside.
If you want to see a better video of us going down these locks, then I'll
More
pop a
professional video.
I'll pop a link in of Boat Time's video below.
Bear in mind, I'm still an amateur.
That's alright. Gigi's took a lot more hits than that.
Sorry?
Gigi's took a lot more hits than that. She'll be alright.
That's why I've got painted it this year.
Yeah.
Hello, Rufus.
Oh, Rufus meets Rufus. They met the evening before, and they'd met a year ago at the Quick Boat Show. That was before we'd even got a boat.
I think there's a bit confused by the powerful locks though.
Who? The dogs?
Well, not Amy and Wes, they've done it before, haven't they? Of course the dogs. While we navigated the locks, Rufus and Rufus had a good chinwag. Wow, look at this HS2, it's massive, isn't it?
You can see it for miles.
Is it a blot on the landscape or is it a missed opportunity? Can you imagine if they said no, we're not going to build canals, all the railways. So is this our 100-year project, which they didn't quite get right?
Yeah, or the roads.
Well, we've never got the roads right. We tracked done on the M6.
Always sad to see. An old wooden working boat, must be, I don't know, around about 100 years old, on its last legs. Hopefully somebody will restore it. Now we're entering Royal Leamington Spa, followed by Warwick, and as you'll see they have a much better class of graffiti.
Well, it is Royal Leamington Spa, it's not graffiti, it's street art.
Or murals.
They are good though, aren't they?
Some of them are excellent, yeah. We moored up in Royal Leamington Spa and nipped to Morrison's, which was just across road, which was quite convenient. Andy got a bit carried away in Morrison's with the buzz for booze button. Over the aqueduct. Now find somewhere to moor up for the night.
Which wasn't quite as easy as we thought, and we ended up doing another 2 locks. Cape Locks, it's called, I think.
A bonus, we ended up parked right outside, literally on the doorstep of the Cape for Good Hope pub.
Oh, if we must. So another good meal and some couple of pints and rums. Not pints and rums, obviously.
Well, maybe. All ready for the big day tomorrow. The big one. The Hatton Flight.
Still not used to having a pub garden as my garden.
It is a bit strange looking out of your bedroom window and seeing a pub beer garden, yeah.
It's more strange for the people in the pub garden looking in your window watching you get changed.
Yeah, we have to remember those curtains. Today's challenge, Hatton, 21 locks. But luckily, we'd arranged a buddy to come up with us. Andy had met somebody in the pub the night before who was a RAF veteran. So what could possibly go wrong? The RAF and the Navy synchronised.
It'll be fine. Don't know what you're worried about.
It was at this point I realised that the boat going up in front of us meant that yet again every single lock would be against us. But hey ho.
I did actually feel a little bit sorry for you and guilty.
It wasn't too bad. There was somebody coming down about halfway up, so it wasn't too bad at all. Although they did actually hit us.
In honour of all the hard work the Admiral was putting in, I decided she deserved a sail pass with a salute.
Well, that didn't quite go to plan. What was meant to happen was our two boats were meant to shoot through the middle like the red arrows.
The other two boats obviously didn't read the memo.
Well, that was Hatton done. And as you can see, towards the end, the two guys, well, it was poetry in motion. Their synchronisation was astounding. But now,
Signing up to synchronised boating in the next Olympics.
And off we went to have a celebratory Cointreau hot chocolate from the cafe.
And of course, Rufus, after all his hard work, got an ice cream. Beautiful cafe and beautiful area.
The prettiest place I've ever emptied my toilet. Just one thing left to do for today. Find somewhere to moor up. We also did a little bit of arts and crafts.
Yeah, that's nice to end the day with a bit of relaxation like that.
And we found a beautiful spot just before Shrewley Tunnel. As you'll see in the next video, just how wet Shrewley Tunnel really is. We had heard tales, and it truly lived up to all expectations.
So thanks for watching.
Yep, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and speak to you soon.
Ta-ra.